Heads up, this podcast more than likely contains strong language, tongue-in-cheek humor, and suggestive remarks.
Hello, and welcome to the Hyper Podcast, where two likable people who like talking talk to people they like about the things that the people they like to see if we could like it too. I'm here with Teddy,
Hello.
who is the first ever person, and actually only ever person, to show me porn.
Yep,
There you go.
yep. Hey, don't you feel honoured that, 12-year-old me, after stumbling across this on the internet, first thing I thought was, I've got to share this with Anna, this new thing I've discovered.
I don't know if honoured is the word. Uh, it was quite a shock to the system, I would say.
I just was looking, I was like, I didn't know what sex was, and I'm not very interested in it nowadays still. But I was just thinking, these people aren't convincing me at all of this storyline that they're trying to throw. They're really bad actors. This is so cringe.
I don't remember the storyline. I don't remember the people involved. I don't remember anything except for a snooker table.
Was it a pool?
Uh,
Was it a snooker table or a pool table?
I don't know, but there were there were balls more than you would expect in a
There were
typical
some
porno.
balls in pockets.
Yeah, there was something going on. I think there might have been a bare ass as well.
Probably. I think trying to take my mind back to that place,
Let's,
but
let's just not. Let's just
yeah,
not go.
I think perhaps it's better left in the darkness. And on the complete other side of the spectrum, I'm here with Anna, who,
Mm,
for my birthday when we were 13, I took to the cinema to watch High School Musical 2, I think it was at the time.
mm.
And I think we went the previous time as well to watch High School Musical 1 as well.
I don't know why. I was like, it's quite flattering actually. I was kind of like auto invited to all the cinema trips
You
that
were,
you
you were
went on,
just instinctive to come with.
including like films like I had never seen any of the Harry Potters, and then bam, I was in Deathly Hallows Part One watching it, thinking, why is everyone losing their shit over
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Dobby
we
fella?
we just threw you all in. We were just like, come to the
Yeah,
thing.
with New Moon, had no clue what was going on, but I
Oh,
loved it,
and now look at you,
and
all
now,
Twilighted up.
oh yeah, oh yeah, baby,
Maybe
Twilight
maybe
till
you
I.
should speak about Twilight one of these days.
I don't think the world needs that. I don't have anything
You think there's
important to
enough Twilight in the
contribute.
world?
Yeah, I do. I do. There's nothing intelligent I could possibly add to
There was
the.
there was a little bit of a I feel like Twilight goes dormant for 5 or 6 years and then they have a little resurgence, especially at cons, because
Hmm.
most of the cons I went to post pandemic there was nothing there, but in 2025 or something, I think there was the con I went in London and then there was the con I went over in Australia. I think both of those cons were about 6 months apart from each other or something. And there was Twilight stuff there. There was hoa hoa hoa, and then Edward all sparkled up and stuff. And I was like, oh my
Like
god.
people cosplaying as Edward and things like that.
I don't think anyone was cosplaying. There was just a lot of charms and little pictures and stuff for sale and stuff, and little badges and pins. And I was like, oh my god, Twilight's making a comeback. And then Pedro Pascal was also there was loads of Pedro Pascal stuff.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was around about the time that Pedro Pascal got dadified that all of the Twilight stuff seemed to come back.
I was just as you were saying that, I was thinking if I was gonna go to like a con, I've never been to a con, but if I were to go and there was a Twilight one, I am 100% going as Alice. Like
Oh
that is
yeah,
no
you'd be a
wonder.
killer, Alice.
She is
Do you want me to be your
I
creepy
forgot.
Jasper?
Yeah, that would be ideal, man. Like you be Jasper and just like glare at me every now and then, and I'll just like flick flack around with my pointy little hair. Oh, it'd just be
It would
adorable.
be adorable. I'll just walk around with really scary eyes. That little that that picture of that kid who's in a classroom and he's got that vein bulging out on his head.
Yeah,
That's what Jasper just looks like throughout all of the films. He looks so constipated.
yeah, yeah.
Poor
He's
dude.
definitely like bottom tier character.
He really is. He's not great. I don't I didn't really care for any of the men, to be honest. I think I didn't really care for Edward either. I think all of the vampire dudes except for um the doctor, I didn't really give a
Can't
shit. Yeah, other
You
than Carlisle, I didn't give a fuck.
you raise an important point. That point is Charlie. Now I'm changing my previous answer to I will be cosplaying as Charlie now instead of Alice.
Yeah, we
But
could
you,
get you a little beard.
yeah.
They're easy to make actually. You get like PVC glue and you glue it on your face, and and then it let it dry. And then you add more layers and put the hair on, and then you've got like your own crafted beard that perfectly fits your little face.
Perfect. I mean,
So long as you don't react, obviously, to like Elmer's glue or what, you know.
I'd only need a bit of mustache and I could call it a day. But Carlisle is even easier. I mean, he's as smooth
He's
as a
just
baby's bottom, isn't he?
yeah. He's
But
a bit
then I
too
don't know.
radiant though. I don't know if I have the cheeks to pull off a Carlisle.
Mm, I don't know.
Well, I'm
I don't
calorie
know.
counting, so hopefully soon I fucking will be.
You could get some contour in there. People do mad shit with makeup, don't they?
People do. I'm for some reason I've never been very good at contouring, and I think it's because I have to, you can get like this really pale, because I'm fucking emo pale. In case anyone didn't know, you can see I'm translucent. You can see the blue in me. But actually, I'm very pink toned, and a lot of
Hmm.
those pale foundations are very yellow toned, and it's the same. I can't find any contouring that's like warmer without it being too brown. I want a subtle. So I need somewhere between. Maybe I should start mixing like blushes with like my foundation to like give a. I don't know. I've just never found like a contouring thing that suits me without it looking like I'm a 3-year-old who's gotten into the bin and just muddied
Yeah.
myself up or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I've ever tried really. I'm not a makeup kind of person, but I think like I don't know. I feel like do you know that trend that's kind of going around still, but was like last year and the year before, where people are getting their like colors done, where they're finding
Oh
out
yeah,
what kind
figuring
of
out if they were autumn or spring or. I think you're
yeah.
in
I
autumn.
well, I don't really know what it means, but I was watching this YouTuber that I like, and she kind of has a similar kind of look to me, but she has blue eyes and I have green eyes,
That'll
and I was
change it a
kind
little,
of
yeah.
yeah, and I was kind of like, well, she looks nice in those colors, maybe I look nice in those. But then at the end of the day, I just thought like,
Yeah, just wear what you want.
yeah, but also like I think people instinctively know, don't they, if they look minging in a color or not. Like I can't be going out wearing pale pastel colors. I just look like a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I stopped dyeing my hair like black because I did just look like Morticia Adams, but not in a good way. I looked really bad. I couldn't pull it off like she did. I just looked sick, sicker than I am. So
I can't even remember. That must have been years and years and years ago. You having black.
I did it a couple of times, and then I switched to the brighter colors because I realized they complemented me a lot better. But also, blues and greens seem to really like just make me look again like I'm dying of the plague.
Hmm.
So they don't seem to suit me very well. I seem to suit the warmer tones. I don't know what that means for me, but I suit like reds and dusty pinks. I suit
Yeah,
sort of
I was gonna say
tealy
pink. Green.
blues.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Purples if they're the right shade of purple. I think they have to be more pink leaning purples than blue leaning purples, and obviously black and white. That's why I wear so much black because honestly, I don't really know what colors suit me. I just
I
throw
feel
shit together.
I feel black and white suits everybody.
I mean, yeah, they're neutral. They're not even colors. They're shades. If you want to get
Hmm.
technical,
Right.
you're a
Little
little
point.
nerdy. I mean, but that's also what all this autumn and spring thing is. Is it's just color theory? It's just
Mhm.
the fashion. I don't. Is there like a fashion community? Is there like fashion leaders or something, gurus or something? They've just decided that color counts as an autumn color. That color counts as a spring color.
Yeah, people are like, what do they do? The videos I've seen, they get like a swathe of like swatches, a swathe of swatches of different
Mm.
colors, hold it up to your face, and then you just go, yeah, that looks, yeah, that looks, yeah, that looks, yeah. And then for some reason they're getting something from it, and I'm like, well, they all look like, how can you tell? Sometimes it's
It's
hard.
it's whether or not they clash with like your skin tone. If they make you look washed out or if they make you look
Yeah,
grey. Um, like it's the same with like some people are better with silver jewelry than gold jewelry.
yeah, I bet
I
we're still.
I thought I was always better with gold,
Mhm.
and I just kind of stuck with gold. But then obviously I became goth, and I was like, I want to use more silver, but I was really worried that silver didn't suit me. And then I realized about 3 years ago that actually I can use both. I have a neutral tone where I can use
Mhm.
both jewelry, so now I use both. I mean, Danny got me a necklace that's part gold, part silver, so now I have a little bit of
No,
everything in my stuff to keep in match with that. I prefer
yeah.
silver because I feel like it's sort of more neutral than gold. I feel like gold is just naturally warmer. Like I think
Mm,
people think silver is cool, but I don't. I think it's a neutral thing, but
mm.
I usually go
Yeah.
with silver to be safe.
I don't have any gold jewelry. I've never bought any gold jewelry. I feel like gold jewelry to me, I don't know, this is the absolute like pulling this out of my ass, but gold jewelry to me feels like more feminine. And I know that's not true at all, but to
I think that's
me,
because
when I
like
wear gold, I'm like, oh, look at her go. She's
yeah, I think that is because when men have like piercings, they tend to have like just plain metals.
yeah, maybe, I
They
don't
don't
know.
tend to go. But then
Gold.
like dudes gold chains, isn't it? Dudes with their gold chains.
I don't know where I'm getting this idea from. I'm just
I
like,
don't
yeah,
think
gold.
you'd suit a yellowy gold, but I think you'd suit like a brass. I think you'd do really well with like coppers and brasses and stuff.
Mm, yeah,
Like
I
a
don't know.
nice orangey sort of toned metal, I think would probably suit you more than silver, but I think silver looks again like neutral on you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There are
The
some
other thing,
people where they wear silver and you're like, oh my god, you goddess. Like,
yeah. The other thing is like about like your hair tone. So some
mm,
people have like what's it called? Like ashy. Some people have like warm gold bits or reddy bits. My hair, I don't have a clue what it's up to because it seems to just do like nothing. Sometimes
again,
it
I
looks.
think your hair's quite neutral. I'd say it's probably quite a dark, warm brown.
Mm.
So I'd say,
You would say warm, you wouldn't say ashy because I've had both.
I think your thing is though that you have salt and pepper hair.
I do, yeah, I have a
So
lot of grey hair.
it's cute though. I like it. I think it suits you. But
Mm.
I think that the dark ones that you have are nice and warm, but those white ones that are coming through sort of make it look more
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the way the light hits it, it makes the colors like spread a little. But again, I feel like you can get away with cooler things and warm. But your eyes on the green side as well. I'm thinking you suit to me greens and browns and oranges
Mm.
the most. Red, I don't I don't think I've ever seen you in red. I don't think it suits you.
Mm.
Grayish blues seem to suit you as well. I've seen you in like grayish blues. They seem to go well with you.
But there's a difference between the shit that I wear versus the shit I look good in. Like
Mm.
I know that I like a certain set of colours and then I look at my wardrobe, it's just black and white and grey.
Yeah.
It's just grey. I
Yeah.
know that typically who does grey look good on? It doesn't look good on me. But I wear it anyway because like I'd say 40% of what I own is grey. And I don't know why, it just happens to be like that.
I mean, also like I feel like if you're really into fashion and you want to look your best when you're going out, then like focus on colors. I pick comfort over.
Always, every time.
I mean, I bought a bunch of clothes for. I thought we would like. I was like, my wardrobe is full of like stuff from when I was still 14. Like, how weird is that I still fit into stuff I wore when I was 14? First and foremost, but they were all things like because I was 14. They were all bought for me by my mum. They're not like I like them. Like I wear them, they're comfy, but they're not my style. Like some of
Yeah.
them I can incorporate in, but like most of them I can't. I'm
Hmm.
slowly like getting rid of things from my wardrobe, and I bought some things. I bought like a corset laced up top,
Mm.
a sheer underneath thing, these little tights with stars in them and stuff. I'm
Very
like,
cute.
yes, yes, goth me up. And I think I got some dark red, like burgundy shorts, or is it a
I love
skirt?
dark red, burgundy,
Mm.
like plum. I like plum
Oh,
color.
plum's so nice.
Just looks just so. I don't know what it is. It's like it's fun, but also
Mm.
classy. You know.
I think it's like for me, it's like my default go-to if I'm like there's too much black and white in my outfit. I need
Yeah.
some dark red plummy tones
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah. For the goth. For the goth.
Yeah, it is. It's like goth adjacent, like purple and similar colors, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well, before we end up talking about color theory, which I am a digital artist. I do love a bit of color, but that's not my hyperfixation today. Which it's my
Oh yeah,
turn. It's my turn today.
Eddie's turn.
It's my turn, which means you have to guess all on your own.
Okay, this is going to be. I think this is going to be hard because
I
the
have so
Venn
many.
diagram of our interests is the tiniest slither of overlap. Like,
Yeah, it's
there's
like
your interest.
licking.
Yeah, there's your interest, there's my interest, and then probably you've got a couple of video games in the middle, and maybe the odd song.
I'm gonna say this one is a really odd one. It's
Oh,
one that you
Jesus.
know I have,
Okay.
but I don't think you're. I think it's not even gonna collect in your brain to begin with. Depends on the
Jesus
questions you
Christ.
ask.
Okay, let's let's do some fun questions, not the usual
Yeah, go
ones.
on, go
Uh,
wild.
let's go for. Are you watching this on Netflix?
Nope.
Okay. Are you watching it on anything?
Nope.
Okay. Is this something that you think that I would like?
Um, no. You don't mind.
Right.
You don't mind when I do it, and I don't think you'd have anything against it. But it's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's something you have much interest in yourself.
That could literally be most things.
You
Okay,
have enabled me to engage in this when I come to visit you.
is it watching TikTok videos?
No, I deleted that
Eh,
app off my phone.
Oh, okay. Enable. Is it Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares?
No,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Things I've let you engage in when you come to my
I've done it
house.
nearly every time I've come to visit you. It's not within your house though.
Okay.
This is like an
Um,
activity to do with the hyperfixation. This isn't the hyperfixation itself, but it is one of the things that you do with it.
is it like charity shopping or antiquing?
No, but that is fun. I do like doing that.
Okay. Oh my God.
Think
Okay.
about what's near the antique shop that we go to. What else do I do
Oh,
around there?
you love to feed the
I love
ducks.
to feed the ducks, right? And what do I
Okay.
have?
You have
I
ducks.
have ducks, and what do you think the hyperfixation is?
Is having ducks.
Ducks! It's
Excellent.
just ducks.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
All
fucking
right. Yeah.
love ducks, man. I love ducks so much. They're
And
my.
what has brought this to your attention this week in particular, or
No,
general?
I've just been sitting on this one for a while.
Okay.
And I was saying to Sam when he came over, I was like, I've got hyperfixation in mind. I don't know if Anna's gonna be able. I was really hoping you'd be like, is this something you do with your hands? And I could be like, yeah, because it's alive. And you could be like, what?
Mm,
That would have been
ducks.
funny.
Ducks is
Ducks.
a good one because you're probably one of the most animal loving people that I know.
I adore animals.
You love animals, but I would say yeah, to the max. Um, but yeah, you do love feeding ducks.
I do love feeding them duckies.
Frozen
Because
peas, bread, frozen
yeah,
peas.
because Anna lives in a place where there's a. I think actually, why am I saying that? It lives in a city where the river is. There's a river in every fucking city. That's kind of cities are built along rivers.
There is
So
a river.
there is a river, and we go out charity shopping or to go grab a drink or to go do looking like water stones or something. And
Mm.
I say to Anna, "Do you have any peas?" And because Anna's a vegan, she goes, "Yeah, of course I got peas." And I get a little plastic.
Because it is a vegan, she has peas. It's so hilarious to me because no one else in the world will have peas unless they like that's all we eat,
All
nothing
you
else.
eat, all you eat. I was like, "Can I steal some of your life force to give to the ducks?" And she puts it in a little container for me and puts it in the pocket of her coat, and we go
You do have
down.
a protected pea container,
Yep,
which is only for the purpose of transporting peas to
the
the river.
transport in peas, and then I get to feed the ducks, the geese, the swans, and usually there's some cheeky little pigeons as well.
Oh yeah,
I
little
do like
ones
a
are
I do
the
like a pigeon as well, but my heart belongs to the waterfowl. I'm so excited for Leeds Castle in the spring. There's going to be so many baby ducks and stuff, and I'm so excited to take my dog Leia to go because she loves the ducks here. She loves them. And I'm like, I'm gonna take her to see where there's loads of ducks, and she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, there's so many ducks!"
What is it about ducks that you like best?
I think I was conditioned from an early age. What's that thing? Is it like Pavlov's dog or something? Or
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
conditioned to like something. Because when I was a kid, like he was alive, I think, because he got one, so I must have been like 7. But before that, we would go to because in the UK, there's like not many things around to do. So you sometimes go to like farms to pet the animals and have a coffee and stuff. Like that's one of the staples of growing up in
Mm.
like the the less city focused parts of the UK is that you go you pet goats and stuff. And we would regularly do this kind of stuff. We would go pet goats, feed cows. There was a reindeer one at some point. I think we would go and pet these reindeers. And at one point, we were wandering around, and it was one we'd been to a couple of times, but this time around they had ducklings for sale.
Mm.
And my nan is a little gem, and she was like, because I was like, oh my god, they're so cute, I like them so much, and doing, kind of like reach over the wood because I was like 6 to pet these little ducklings, and nan was like, let's get some. So
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, so we got 3 little ducklings and took them home in a little box, and mum was
Mm.
like, "What are you gonna call yours?" And it was a yellow duckling. So it was the Owlsbury ducklings. So they grow up to be white, but they start off yellow. I was like, "I'm gonna call
Mhm.
it Sunny," and I remember being like, "You can't call it Sunny. It's gonna be white. You have to give it a white name."
God.
And
Give it a white Karen.
give it a white name. So I called it Snowflake, as a 6-year
No.
old would. Sunny, Snowflake, I was such a creative genius. And we took these 3 little ducklings home. I think there was one for me, one for my brother, and one for my cousin. And
Mm.
Nan turned her shed into a duck shed for them.
Mm.
And I would, every time we'd go over there, because Mum would drop us off there a lot to spend time with Nan. This was back when she lived up near London as well, so we'd have to go all the way to London to be
Mhm.
dropped off and be like, "Bye, Nan," you know. And then one day, my mum was like, "Nan called. The ducks got attacked by foxes."
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, but mine survived. Mine survived.
Oh my God, your one killed the fox, didn't it?
I don't know. Maybe Snowflake like really squared up. That's my girl. She knew
Yeah,
she knew
she
just
would.
what to do. But they were
Yeah.
like, she's not safe here, and now she's all on her own. So they took her to a pond nearby. And
Mm.
you're not supposed to do this, by the way. Disclaimer:
Mm.
do not release your domesticated ducks into the wild. My grandparents were from a very different time and were not aware of this. And at the time, it was the early 2000s. We
No,
weren't as
all sorts of people
nature
that
aware. Yeah,
are
we
gonna be
weren't.
ducks and thinking, no, I
Right.
can't do it anymore.
Well, they were like, she's so lonely, so they took her to the pond to put her with the other ducks, and she was like getting bullied and stuff. And they were like, "Oh,
No.
every time we go, she's on her own." But then I don't think she was like a mate with this duck, but like they became best mates. I hope
Mm.
she wasn't a mate with this duck, or else we've just destroyed the ecosystem of this.
Yeah, that's crazy. You create a new breed of duck, and it's like a killer duck that hunts foxes.
there's a there's a lineage of fox hunted ducks out
Yeah,
there near London somewhere. But no,
the
she
latter like Duckus tedious.
yeah, I mean I think she spent like 8 years on that pond and then disappeared one day, and Nan and Grandad were like, "Oh, she flew off." But I'm pretty sure she
Oh,
just died.
did she fly off to the Rainbow Bridge in
Yeah,
heaven?
exactly. But she never had any ducklings while she was there. I mean, she was the only white duck on the whole, fucking pond, so you knew which one was her. She didn't. She used to come up to you the first couple of years, and then like the last couple of years, she was like, "Mind your own business," you know.
Mm.
She became
Yeah.
wild at heart. And then after that, I never had another duck, and I really, really liked ducks. I'd go to Disneyland and pick up the ducks and scare the staff. So that was another thing. We went to Disneyland and we were waiting in line for the Secret Santa, and there was this duck who was trying to like eat food out of, like, because I had something. So I just picked her up and started feeding her, and she was like, "What the hell?" And then saw I had food and was like, "Ah, okay." And the staff were like, I don't know if you're allowed to do that." They were a bit perplexed, but I do that all the time. I pick up ducks. There was one at Leeds Castle when I went with Dandy, like in December, and he was being a right bitch. I was trying to feed this female duck, and he kept chasing her off, so I grabbed him.
This is the thing, like, ever since we were kids, you've loved animals, but ever since we've been kids, you've been really quite heavy-handed with them as well.
Listen, he was being a bully. He had his own food. He was just being a right bully. And I was like, he wasn't bothered by it. He was like, "What are you doing?" But he wasn't like stressed out because they're quite tame. I knew it wouldn't upset him, but I just kind of like grabbed him and scooped him off to the side and was like, "Be gone. Leave her alone. Let her eat."
It's just funny, like, our approach to animals is the opposite.
Very different.
Like,
yeah, you're very much like, nature must be.
Yeah, but I'm like, do you know what? Let's just leave it to do its thing. And you're like, no, I must hold it. I must hold it in my hand.
I really want to hold them in my hands. I mean, it depends. I wouldn't hold a dangerous animal. I wouldn't hold an animal that hadn't, like, obviously the ducks were coming up to us for food. If they were, I wouldn't chase them down. Like, that's fucked up. But like, I wouldn't pick up a baby either because they're small and fragile. But I loved ducks. I didn't have any ducks. I had to settle for picking up wild, filthy ducks.
Yeah, you probably could have got any kind of ludicrous disease from
Maybe
those
that's
as
why I'm
well.
chronically ill now, because I kept picking up wild ducks and petting
Sort
them.
of zoonotic duck disease.
Maybe I've got bird flu.
Mm.
Chronically ill with bird flu, but my parents built the annex and went, "You can have that," because I was too ill at the time to live alone. Yep. So came in here, started paying rent. And when because we did have chickens, and then the chickens kept dying all the time, and I don't really like chickens. I think they're mean. And we did have a cockerel who was really mean.
My God.
So we called him Trump. He was apt to his name, but I really did not like him. So I was done with chickens. I'd had enough of chickens. I remembered my sweet baby Snowflake, and I was like, I'm fed up with this. So I bought 6 Welsh Harlequin eggs online, and you gave me your granddad's incubator, and I incubated them, and 4 hatched. And I had 4 baby Welsh Harlequins who followed me around everywhere. They thought I was their mama. I was like, oh my God, I love you guys so much. But then they were really shy. They started getting really shy and reclusive as they got older. I don't know if that's just the breed, but they weren't very interested when they were older. And they went into the old chicken run and everything. And literally the first night I didn't put them away because I was staying over someone's house at the time. My mum called me the next morning and went, "All your ducks are dead."
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, 3 of them died then. One of them died prior to that because his penis fell out and he couldn't get it back in.
Oh, look, it happens to the best of us, you know? It's just one of those things.
It fell out.
Forget about it.
It fell out and it started to go necrotic. Like, and it had only been out for like maybe a day before I noticed it.
A day feels like a long time to have your penis on the floor, though.
Maybe. And we tried to put it back in. I even made my dad try and put this.
Oh my jeez, I would not have been able to manage that.
And it wouldn't go in because it was inflamed and dying. So we took him to the vet, and they said it was necrotic. And I was like, okay, well, can they remove it? And the vets went, well, what about his quality of life? He won't be able to shag. And
like reverse screw it in.
No, they wouldn't go in. So they said the best thing to do is to put him down. So I had people over. I was having a barbecue at the time. I had people over. They came back with my duck's ashes in the middle of this barbecue.
This is such a grim conversation. Do we need a content warning for like
duck dickage? Let's move on to my second batch of ducks, where I got wild ducks again. Actually, I went back to my roots. My nan found 7 eggs in her hedge, duck eggs, and she was so excited. It was like at the hedge right at the front of her house. She was so excited. She was like, "Oh, mummy duck's gonna come and hatch these eggs," and she didn't come back for days. And they're good for a few days because usually the duck will lay about 13 eggs and then she'll start to incubate them. So I was like, bring them over, I'll put them in my incubator. We'll see if after 4 days when I candle them, which is where you shine a light into it to see if there's veins, if there's anything in there. And there was. So I think all 7 were fertile and then 3 dropped out. So again, I hatched 4. But unfortunately you can't keep wild mallards. They are a protected native bird. So I had to rear them for 12 weeks, train them in how to forage for themselves, and then set them free on my uncle's lakes, which is a very bougie place to live. I don't know if they all survived. I'm guessing probably not. But, you know...
You saying the word candling just then, right? I'm sure a few weeks ago I said about candling eggs to somebody, and they looked at me like I grew an extra head, and I thought, is this not a common thing?
I don't think it's a common knowledge, no.
Because I said candling in that context, and they were like, I got torn a new one for that. They were laughing at me.
They're like, you country bumpkin, what does that mean?
I was like, come on, guys, you don't candle your eggs. And they were like, what the fuck are you saying? Like boiling it? Are you setting fire? No, candling.
I'm guessing the term comes from back when they didn't have electricity, but they still wanted to check if eggs were fertile. They would put them over a candle.
Actually, I think I might have fucked it up and said torching.
Oh,
that might have. I have a feeling I said torching as in shining a torch through it. Oh
my god, I'm gonna torch my eggs, and they're like, that's a really weird way to cook them.
That would have been the reason why I was causing confusion. And on that, fair enough.
Yeah, I can see where the confusion has stemmed from, but I love the candling bit. I love seeing the veins grow, and then you see them start moving around, and then you hear them peep when they break into their little air sac, and then you've still got to wait. Like, as soon as they start to like pip, you've got to leave them alone in there. Let the humidity levels stay nice and moist for them, so they don't get shrink wrapped. Once they break the egg, the film can like lose its moisture and like scrunch up around them and get them stuck. So you have to be really careful. But those 4 did well. Absolutely loved my ice machine from the fridge. Every time I went to get ice, they'd run over because they wanted some ice. So they lived a very bougie little life. They were the most cuddly little cuddle bugs. But they did have to go back to the wild, and I was sad. And then I discovered cool ducks, which are like a bantam duck. And they're really popular over in like Japan. They're like the white ones that you see people take to like drive-throughs and have on little leashes.
Okay.
I love them. They're so cute. And I went, oh my god, I want some of those. And I drove. Well, I didn't drive. I had my mum drive me all the way up to north to pick up these baby cool ducks, because I tried to hatch some and they just weren't hatching, and it was because I got on a different incubator and it was a dud and I didn't realise, and I was like, why are these eggs not hatching? So I drove, get more, and then the 3 of them turned out to be ruined ducks anyway, so they were big massive meat birds.
My god, really?
Yeah, they were big juicy. I think they were called Wellington and Macintosh.
Oh, I remember them. Yeah.
And then the buzzard took them. All 3 of them.
This is such a fucking like epic journey of
I was so sad. Like, I was like, where are my big... Because they were in the old goat run, because the goats had moved somewhere else. So we put them in there, and we were like, they can free range, and then they can run back undercover and go into the sort of barn and go to bed. And then the buzzard decided to swoop in and take them all. And I was like, wow. Like, the first one that went missing, we went, did a fox get him? There's no feathers. Did he fly off? Maybe. And then the second one, the other boy, I was like, what the fuck is actually going on? So we put Welly away for a while. We put Welly away for a few weeks, and we were like, okay, right, she's massive. There's no way this buzzard's coming to take them. And we gradually let her, like, free roam again, and then they fucking took her again, like, immediately. So I was like, that's it. I'm building an enclosure. My cool ducks went into an enclosure because I went back to the old incubator, the trusty incubator that you gave me, that we hatched Pepper in.
Yep.
I went back to that. I hatched 4 little cool ducklings. One of them's lungs obviously hadn't developed properly or something, because it passed away about 12 hours after hatching, which was really awkward because everybody was over. All our mates were over, and they saw the hatching. They were so excited. They were saying hello to the babies, and then one of them died in my hands.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, me and were like crying.
I'm not surprised.
me,
You
me
get so
and
attached to them as well.
oh, it was so. But then the other three were fine. They were healthy. They grew up as reed, moss, and frogbit, and they're named after pond plants. Was the
Mm-hmm.
ducks. So the other one was called Algae, and Algae passed away. And then a year later, Frogbit was sitting on eggs, and I was like, "Oh, good, she's got eggs. That's good." And then I left her with them, and I didn't realize I've apparently it's not like stated anywhere, but I did like see a couple of videos where someone was saying like, "Oh yeah, cool ducks are terrible mothers." She attacked the
Mm.
eggs when they started hatching. I guess they freaked her out, so she killed two of the eggs, and
Oh my
I
god.
was able to save two other ones. And I took him to the vet. And the vet was like, "Why are you bringing me these tiny little creatures? Like, just let them
Mhm.
die." And I was like, "I'm not gonna fucking let them die." They didn't say
Mhm.
that, but I could tell they were thinking like, "Why do you care so much about a pair of baby ducks?"
Mhm.
But I nursed them back to health. They had to stay with my nan while we went to our friend's wedding that summer. And then they
Mhm.
came back and they were still good. So raised them, put them back with the others. Those ones were called Algae the Second and Bugbane. And then Algae died again a couple months ago.
Oh my
So
god.
now I'm down to 4 cool ducks.
What a
This
journey.
is a journey. This is the up and down of duck husband. I feel like all I've done is not really talk about my hyperfixation, just talked about my journey with duckage.
This is great. Like, this is the kind of shit
Is
that
this
people are
riveting?
absolutely starting for online.
The
Like, they're saying, "Where
the
is the duck?"
trilogy.
Yeah, we need the duck chat. We need it yesterday,
I
and you're doing as a
oh
public service.
I cannot wait to have more ducks because obviously this house is up for sale. All the land that comes with it is up for sale. I cannot afford to have all this land, so they'll be being found a nice, lovely little home for them to go to. Because I did say to my nan, "Don't you want ducks in your garden?" She went, "No." So
She's fed up of fucking ducks.
yeah, she was like, "I did it once. I'm not doing it again." So they will find a home, and then hopefully some point in the future, in like 10, 15 years, I can get another batch of ducks. But at the moment, I'm enjoying the ones that I do get. Go down there every day to give them their food and their water, and they come up to the little gate, and they're like, meep, 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 meep. And I'm like, "Hello,
Cute.
peepees." I go in, they're all round my feet. They're so you feed them once a day, but you'd think that they're starving because every time you go in, they're following you around, yelling at you. As soon as you open the
Mhm.
door and the dogs come out, they see the dogs, they know someone's coming out, they start yelling because cool ducks are a super, super loud duck breed. That's why they're called cool ducks. And I think
Mhm.
they're used for hunting, or they were. That's what they were bred for, is to flush out like other birds because they'd call out, and that would alert things. I think I don't know. I don't know anything about hunting. It's not really my. I don't really care for it. But unless it's like for necessity, it's not really of interest to me. But
Yeah.
they're super, super, super loud. They're really loud, and it was so fun when they were babies because when they're babies, they make like little. They make little baby noises. They still kind of, for me, they do still make those baby noises when I'm like saying hi to them. But then, like when they get their full blown like calls, it's so loud. Like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, you'd have to look it up because I'm not gonna be able to replicate it because it's way too loud. My mic will cut out. But that's the only the girls make that noise. The boys make a squawking noise.
Squawk. Well.
That's what it's called. It's called a squawk. The girls make quacks. The boys make squawks, and that's how you can tell you've got a boy. The boys also have like yellow bills, and they have curly tails.
Mm.
So, I was able to tell that Reed was a boy because when his voice dropped at about, I think he was about 9, 10 weeks old, he was going like.
So it's dropped. Wow.
I was like, "Oh, you're gonna be a little boy." The cool ducks as well come in all different colors because, like I said, they come in white, and Algae was kind of white. Um, Frogbit's sort of like, is it called Silver Appleyard or something? She's something.
Mhm.
And then Moss and Reed are just mallards, and Bugbane is also a mallard.
So, taking it back to color theory, what kind of colors do you think would
My
best suit
ducks.
ducks? Yeah.
I think my 3 mallards are probably autumns, and then I
Mhm.
think Frogbit, the pale one, is probably a winter. I
See,
think.
again, I feel like this is the content that people need
This
to
is the
know.
content. What colour palette do my frogs have? My frogs? My ducks have? My frog bit need?
Like, how are you gonna dress up your ducks in the future? This is the kind of question that you're not gonna get these answers
I did
anywhere
think
else.
about like getting them when they first were little babies, like getting tiny little outfits for them. But then I realised like how much little character cool ducks in general, but like especially cool ducks seem to have. They're such little characters that I was like, they would not entertain me having them in a little outfit. They'd immediately be like picking it off and like going kicking off about it. They're very strange though. They don't like peas. They're the only batch of ducks I've had that don't care for peas or corn. I'll put it like I'll bring them in sometimes to give them a proper bath because they have their little pond outside, but I like to give them a warm bath or in the winter and like soak their feet in a bit of Epsom, loosen up any like dirt in there. Because Moss's nails are starting to curl for some reason. I don't. The others aren't doing it, so I don't think it's a deficiency in the food. I'm guessing must just be something to do with her genetically. She's kind of the smallest of them, so I don't know about that. So I bring her in to give her a bath and trim her nails and like pull the calluses off her feet sometimes to help her walk a bit better. But I bring them in and I put peas in the bath and I'm like, go wild, my children. They're just like, I don't want it. And I'm like, oh, grain fed. Like giving your children microplastics.
I think we can wrap up this section pretty easily by me saying that no, I'm probably not going to get into ducks, unfortunately. The only ducks I have are pixelated ones on Stardew Valley, and they make me mayonnaise, and I'm grateful for them, but I can't be looking after
That's another
ducks.
thing ducks are really good for. Duck eggs. They make amazing cakes, and obviously because I know my ducks are well taken care of, they're free range. I could make you a cake. I could.
Yeah, you made me a birthday cake a few years
Yeah.
ago, and it was very light and fluffy.
They are. They're very rich. They're very light and fluffy, so they're very, very good. But yeah, I don't think you'll be wanting to. You like to watch me feed the ducks.
I do, yeah. I get a lot of enjoyment watching you enjoy things, but I'm not that fussed about ducks myself. I do like. I didn't really like birds at all until I had a pet pheasant, and then that changed things for me.
You had zebra finches.
Yeah, but that was as a kid, and I was scarred by the fact that my cat ate them and then left their corpses on my pillow.
I think we're gonna have to trigger warn in this episode. There is so much bird death in this episode.
Yeah, trigger warning bird death on this one.
My god.
My cat Biscuit, bless her, sweet soul. She ate my birds and then literally left the skull and the spine on my pillow.
Yummy.
And I saw it upstairs, and the beak, and I saw it upstairs, and I was like,
well, the beak is part of the skull. It doesn't come off.
Well, I didn't know that, but now I do because I've seen it, and I was like, oh shit! And then I ran downstairs screaming, and my mum was like, "What's going on?" And then she went upstairs, and I was like, "Oh dear."
Yeah, I did wonder what happened to that zebra finch because I was like, I swear Anna had a zebra finch or something. I think you had two.
I had two. Yeah, one was called Thunder, and one was called Lightning. Very original. And they were sweet. They were really sweet little things, but alas, they didn't get on with my cats.
No, they don't. Cats don't usually. I mean, I'm very lucky in that I exposed Leia to the ducklings when she was about. I had to be careful about worms and diseases, so I carried her down and showed them to her when she was quite young, at about like 4 to 6 weeks. And then once she'd had her first lot of jabs, because I knew that they were all safe, like they didn't have anything, I did let her go down and be on her paws and say hello to them. So they gotten very, very used to her. But when Augie died, I still don't know what she died of. I was so worried for weeks because I just came down and she was just dead, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, are they all ill? Are they all gonna die? But they all seemed fine. But I dug her a grave all by myself while crying in the woods on my hands and knees, sweating because obviously my fatigue and joint pain was. You don't think about how hard it is to dig like a 2-foot deep hole until you're digging it, even for a little tiny duck. I was like, bloody hell, because it's all clay where we are. I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. I buried her. I put a big like log on top of her. Came out.
Such a weird episode.
I came out a few days later and something had dug her up and made off of her. There were her feathers in the fence, and I was like, I had two wolves inside of me. I had the one really angry, upset wolf, like, oh my god, you took my dead duck. And then I had the more logical circle of life, nature loving thing, and I was like, that fox, even though it was my pet duck that I buried a couple of days ago, will see another weekend and make it through this week because he's eaten my dead duck who I just buried.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
Yeah, I
I
totally
and I
agree.
went for that one. I decided on that one, and I cried about being sad, and then I also thought to myself, she's not gone to waste, I guess, in a weird way.
Yeah, just think of like a fat little fox pup, and
Yeah,
that little
that
fox
fox
is
will
doing
survive the
well.
winter and have some little babies, maybe.
Well, on that positive, cheerful note,
Yes, we now need to discuss, like, the hyper, like,
what
what
do
what
we need to discuss?
we need to discuss, like, the
Yeah,
accessibility, affordability, entertainment value, and personal influence now.
I don't think we do, you know. I think,
You think I've pretty much gone, it's great.
yeah, no, like, I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. If you want a duck and you can't have a duck,
Just go
get
to
one on
the
Sunday
go to the
morning,
park.
go to the park, feed one in real life.
Get one of those, what is it called? The things that you can get where you pay like once and then you can go to all of like these places that are like nature buildings, like old manor houses and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
you're talking about National Trust membership, I
yeah,
think.
get a National Trust membership.
They
Get
got loads of ducks.
get a pot of peas and go and feed the ducks.
Yeah,
It's very easy,
that's how
very accessible, very affordable. Peas aren't expensive on Sainsbury's. Get the cheap ones.
National Trust will rob you for the pleasure, but yeah.
Yeah. Get a bunch of
um,
peas. It's very entertaining if you like nature and you like just chilling and watching ducks eat peas. And their
yeah.
babies, and when they have their little babies. Who can resist a
Mhm.
fluffy little baby? And the babies are so nosy as well. They will come over, even if they're wild ducks, to have a nose at you.
I once saw
What
a
more do you want?
flamingo at the zoo, um, and the baby flamingo was like a white,
Yeah, they're
uh,
white.
just like a white puffball
Oh,
on a single stem, just blowing in the breeze.
the
And I
little
found,
waddle they do when they're learning to like.
I honestly must have been staring at it for like 10 minutes plus because I was with other people and they were like wanting to go and see other things. And I
And
was
you're
like,
like, I'm enriched.
I just can't move. Look at it. It's like,
I'm
how is
mesmerized.
it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I
baby
feel the same way
flamingos.
about ducks.
Yeah,
Geese, not
totally.
so much. Swans, yes, I love a good swan. I love all waterfowl. Really, it's not just primarily ducks, but I really do like swans. I will fight King Charles for the right to own all of the swans. Like
Mhm.
if he doesn't want that title anymore, if he doesn't want the responsibilities of
Mm.
swanage, give it to me, sir.
Swanage is in the animals, not the place.
If he's like, you know what, mute songs aren't really for me, just pass it over to me. You know, I'll sign whatever needs to be signed. I'll start protecting the swans.
Mhm.
I don't really mind. Yeah. So
So no,
entertainment value, very entertaining. Personal influence, does it have a positive effect on my life? I think that's arguable.
yeah, well, I mean, we've been
Given
through the ringer together,
given the
haven't we?
amount
So
of them that have died on me. Um,
yeah.
but no, like I think that's also there is a part of animal husbandry of any form is that nature will try and take its path whether you want it to or not.
Mhm.
Um, you know, ducks' dicks are gonna fall out and go necrotic, and
Oh,
think
hey, like,
they're gonna get
it's one
carried away.
in life, you know. Everyone
Yeah,
experiences dick death at some point.
everyone's dick flops out. I mean, the men in my family have had dick accidents,
Oh,
so
let's not go there.
so maybe this just runs in the family. My duck son had to have an experience as well. They get
Feather
carried off by buzzards,
Oh, I
and
just made me stretch by saying feather baby.
they're the baby. But they like the ice machine, and that makes me happy. I love when they're very little, and
Mm.
they are first like hatched because they move and eat immediately. And you walk around and you put them on the floor, and their little feet make such a cute little tapping, and it's such fervent tapping because they're trying to keep up with you because they've only got little legs, so they're tiny, like literally the size of the palm of your hand. You could fit two in the palm of your hand. and they're like rushing around to keep up with you all the time. I had to carry them around. I had to get a basket to put next to my desk.
Oh my god.
They just wanted to be with you all the time. I had to have this massive heat lamp on in my room to put underneath it to keep them warm.
Oh my god.
I love them. I love them babies. But also, I could have caught bird flu from the amount of wild ducks I pick up.
Yeah.
I was feeding one and I picked it up because he got really close and I just scooped him up to have a look at him because I can't remember why. I think I was just having a nose and he was pretty chill about it. And there was a little girl, like, who was 4, who was also feeding the ducks, and I watched her turn to her dad, and her dad was just looking at me like, what the hell? And I knew this man was thinking, you bitch. This child's gonna ask me to grab her a duck now because of you.
Oh dear.
Well, I have my fun with it. I love people's shocked faces, like, because, yeah, technically you shouldn't be grabbing wild birds, but they're not bothered by it, to be honest. It depends. Don't, like, grab...
Let's not encourage it. Not encourage it.
Only do it if it's, like, friendly ducks coming up to you and you've got food to give them. Like, don't grab them if you don't have food, because then they're not going to be very happy. Bribe them, is what I'm saying. Bribe them for a pet.
This is such a dodgy one to be putting out into the world.
Listen, I'm not encouraging duck grabbing. I'm just saying if you go somewhere with ducks with me, there might be a bit of duck grabbing.
And on that note, shall we take credit for some things that we have done this week?
Maybe I should take credit for not grabbing a duck. Yeah, this year. 2026.
2026, no ducks have been held.
No wild ducks have been grabbed. Only my ducks have been grabbed. I'm proud of the restraint that I'm showing. It won't last. There will be a duck at some point grabbed, and yeah, but my restraint so far for what, 2 and a bit months? Pretty good, although I have yet to go to Leeds Castle to see the duckies, so might all be for nothing.
You need like a days without incident board.
I do, days without ducks grabbed.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a pun with the word incident, but actually it turns out incident's quite a difficult word to think of.
It's quite a...
Anyway, I'm going to take credit for listening to music other than rock and metal this week. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone and actually listen to something other than stale pale males.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to Moonwalker. He does like some political-ish music, but it's good. It slaps. I might send you some links.
Do. I'm trying to get something going where I'm listening to stuff that isn't just rock and metal. So far, I've been really getting into Bad Bunny.
Ooh.
Big time. I cleaned the house at the weekend, and for 6 hours...
That's a good clean music.
Bad Bunny.
I would also say that there is the Gorillaz, newer Gorillaz album out as well.
Is there really a new Gorillaz album? Okay.
Yeah, it's all based on Hinduism.
What? That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, they did a little film as well. I'll send you the little film. It's all like 2D animated. It's very cute.
But yeah, I think that's about it.
Is that it? Are we ready to wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
Queen. Wrap it up. Well, thank you so much for listening. That's all we have for today, but it is far from all we have to say. Next time, who knows? Maybe we'll talk about your hyperfixation. Tune in to find out. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.